Name brands versus generic.
Are you sacrificing health and flavor just to save a few bucks?
Generic brands price from 50 cents to almost $5 less than national brands.
We put them to a taste test.
This jam A and this jam B.
Can our ladies spot the difference? Plus,
Special anniversary, Special Olympics!
We all should celebrate ability, not disability.
coming up next.
Are you ready to save some lives today?
I love you, Dr. Oz.
So on every trip to the supermarket, you are faced with a choice, right? Do you go for the brand name food that you recognize from the advertising, or do you save some money and buy the generic? Oh, I like that, cash in there. Today we investigate that very question. Are you sacrificing health and flavor when you buy generic just to save a few bucks? Now Amanda's here with her mother, Shatina, or as she calls her, the generic general. But Shatina, you don't mind being called the generic general.
No, I don't mind Dr. Oz. They're all the same. They're from the same factory. I think anybody who spends that much money they're just being suckers.
Suckers? Oh, I like that. Amanda, what bothers you about the generic general?
Well, I think she's just being cheap. The brand name stuff are much better.
You made a list for me here. What do you got here?
Hamburger Helpless, Rice-A-Phony, Flop Tarts, Mr. Butterworth Syrup. The brand name's Dumb Husband.
Hamburger Helpless. I don't know. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, you pay attention here, because I've got some experts that can help you and a lot of folks who are confused by this, because it's a lot more complicated than it seems. You both got some points to make here. All right, these two supermarket mavens are joining us, investigating what really goes on in generic foods. I've got investigative retail analyst Hitha Herzog and nutrition director from the Good Housekeeping magazine, Jackie Lundgren. Hitha, please help us with the first issue. This mother-daughter are going at each other.
Right.
What is a generic food, and why are they so popular?
Well, for this purpose, when we talk about generic brands, we're talking about store brands. And now there was a study done. 2/3 of people that were interviewed said that about half of their grocery carts are these generic brands, the store-bought. Oh. So, and we're talking about eggs, milk, bread. These are staple items. And as generic brands get better, you're going to see more in those grocery carts.
So my investigation by experts, they both uncovered some generic food secrets that everyone can use to help them choose wisely on their next trip to the grocery store. The first generic food secret is that some of these foods are exactly the same as the brand name food. They just have a generic label on them. Jackie, what does that mean? Literally the same food?
Absolutely, it is the same ingredients list. So what often happens is that you'll get the same parent company providing for multiple different brands. So often these brands will be coming from the same manufacturer, they will be coming from the same supplier, the same grower, the exact same facility, but they will just be marketed differently, and that's where the dollars come in.
All right, we wanted to do a little generic versus brand name test. So we actually gave you all jams. Remember that jams? They look like this, right? You had this jam A and this jam B, right? They're packaged differently. I wanted to know which one you guys like better. So, who liked the A's more? Hands up. At least 80% of the audience. All right, so, you want to know the answer?
Yeah.
They're all the same. Did I get it right, Jackie?
You got it right, Dr. Oz. It's true.
All right, come on over here, guys. So it's amazing. The bottling was different, right? One bottle was prettier than the other bottle, so it got most people to vote for it, but it was literally only what was on the outside. You guys are still stunned over there. All right, now the next generic food secret is that generic brands may use tricks to save you money. Hitha, please explain this one.
Right, so when you're looking at generic brands, some of the time they're priced from 50 cents to almost $5 less than national brands. So what they're doing, instead of using sugar, for example, they're using corn syrup to switch out those different ingredients. Right. Now, if you care about ingredients, you want to look at the back of those labels to make sure whatever you're buying, you know what's going in there. You want to make sure that the provenance is there, and it should be right on that back.
All right, so you got an example here. You looked for a place where generics were cutting corners, and you picked ice cream as a good example.
Right. So here we have 2 1-gallon bowls full of ice cream, right? As you can see, this generic version is 1/3 less than the national brand over here.
That's 7, and can you see that? It's 10.
Right.
Can you see that, guys? That's unbelievable.
So we're looking at the masses here. So at this point, for generic, there's a practice that ice cream manufacturers use where they pump the gallons full of ice cream full of air.
Oh.
So you're actually, what you're seeing here is more of the air that's in here, and that's why you're getting less of a mass.
So the volume, it looks the same in the carton.
Absolutely.
But this is 1/3 less ice cream.
Absolutely, but you're paying for it.
No one takes my ice cream.
Exactly. Not even me.
All right, coming up. Next generic food secret is they will rate just as well in customer satisfaction tests. So we've got some customers right here tasting pizza. Ultimately, pizza is the best test of all because it's all about your taste buds. And Hitha, you've done some studies on this as well. What have you found?
Exactly, and so did Consumer Reports. So what they did is that they took some trained taste testers, blind taste testers, and they took 19 different standard products. And in a blind taste test, they compared them, national brands versus generic brands. 10 of those brands tied. So a lot of those brands did taste the same.
More than half with the same taste.
More than half.
So let's do a little test of our own. Jackie, what do you think? You going to conduct this?
Yes, let's do a test of our own. So what we have here is we have one of these is going to be a generic brand, and then another one is going to be a brand name. And these were actually
they've learned
tested,
now. They all think it's the
right?
same.
So now I know. Now
These are not the
little
same.
tease, right? Well, these were actually tested in the Good Housekeeping Institute Nutrition Lab, so we do have some behind the scenes work here.
All right. So you've already tasted them, right?
Yeah.
So let's take some time here. Let's go down the line. What do you think?
I prefer A. I feel like I felt I tasted the seasoning. It was just more enjoyable versus B.
All right. Hold the A in your hand. What do you think?
I think A was better. I thought the sauce tasted a little more robust. I thought the B's crust tasted kind of soggy, which made me feel like it was like processed.
What about you? Go ahead and pick up A then.
I think B is more authentic. I could see the cheese. For A, it looks like the cheese has been like processed or something and it's hard. B is more soggier. It looks like it's more natural flavors and I can taste the spices.
So you think B's better?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Jackie, please break it down for us.
Okay, so the generic is, any guesses?
I'm thinking B just from the descriptions.
The generic is actually A. B
Oh.
is the brand name.
Oh my goodness.
I guess I like generic
What do you guys think about that?
I guess I like generic pizza.
Right? That's horrible. Good to know, right?
It is.
That what you found also?
That is what we found. So what's very interesting is that you always need to look at the ingredients and compare based on what the ingredients label says. When it comes to looking for the most wholesome product or the most delicious, most nutritious, and also most flavorful, right? Because if it doesn't taste good, we're not going to eat it. You want to look for the brands that you associate liking the best. The ingredient quality is always going to be there because for ingredients to be on the market, period, they have to be generally recognized as safe by the FDA. That means that, you know, there's no risk of sneaky ingredients that might be outlawed. There's nothing to fear on that front, but sometimes brands will use marketing tactics to make you think that you should be fearful of those kinds of things. So they'll say things like free from a certain ingredient to kind of give themselves that comparative edge or give themselves that leg up. But in this case, often simple is better. We're looking for the best ingredients, the foods we love, and we all love pizza, right? Who doesn't love
All right,
pizza?
we learned a lot. I think you guys need some help, right?
Yes.
We all do. So when we come back, the buyer's guide to generic foods, which products are actually better than the brand name and which ones do you want to avoid? Stick around.
Two families, two tragedies. The alarming similarities between two houses of horror were the warning signs staring us in the face.
That's coming up tomorrow.
We're back with your buyer's guide to generic foods. I'm your host, Dr. Boz. And I, for one, I'm not worried about cheap imitations. Am I right? Hey, who are you and what are you doing on my set? What? Just a generic version of you, Dr. Oz. And what's the difference? Just the same as you, just a little cheaper, a little less polished. But I'm Dr. Oz. People want the real thing when they come here, right? But when is generic just as good as the real thing? And that's what we're going to investigate today. All right, here. Start with this. All right, I brought it. I hate that Dr. Boz. He drives me batty.
Too. My goodness.
Meaghan Murphy, executive editor of Good Housekeeping magazine, is here. Now, I know you all like good experiments.
I love an experiment.
So you and your team have researched all these different generic ideas. You compare generic to brands. So let's start off talking about the ones that might not be worth spending money on.
Garbage bags. Here's the deal. I got 3 kids. We produce a lot of trash. This is one area I don't want spills, leaks, a mess on my floor. So let's put 2 to the test. You've got the generic. I gave myself the brand name.
Okay.
And let's fill them with these blocks, these weighted blocks.
And we're trying to figure out if mine holds the same as yours, then I don't need to worry about buying brand name. I can just buy one more.
Okay, ready? Fill it up.
Oh, no. All right.
Okay.
You're a strong woman.
Now let's see, Dr. Oz. Okay, already, see your bag is starting to rip and break. Now imagine that is eggs and coffee grinds. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Whereas my bag, I spent a little more on this, the brand name, but look, no mess, no rips, no tears.
Doing pull-ups.
The same, I know, right? And I'm getting a workout too.
So
right?
it's worth spending money on the bags.
And again, the price difference isn't that great. Sometimes we're talking like 99 cents versus generic versus this, and I'm not cleaning the kitchen floor.
So Dr. Boz, take that. All right, the next thing we're spending more money on is dish soap. Actually, Meaghan's team at the Good Housekeeping magazine lab conducted an experiment. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Forte, and welcome to the Good Housekeeping Cleaning Lab. Today we're testing dish liquids, and how we do that is we apply our secret smear. It's got an egg component, greasy soils, and lots of other things in it to our plates. We get our solution ready, mix in our dish liquid, whisk it up for 30 seconds. This is a foam stability test. So we want to get it nice and foamy, and we're going to count how many plates we can wash before the foam goes away.
All right, Meaghan, what did the dish soap test find?
So what we found was that brand name detergent washed about 14 dishes. The generic also cleaned dishes, but you needed more soap to do the same job. So those higher end products, the brand names, have tougher grime fighters. So you're using less product to clean more dishes. You're ultimately getting more bang for your buck. So we say, go brand name.
I like this. I like this. All right, what other big item that comes up?
Oh.
Paper towels. Should you be spending money on better quality paper towels? Who says yes?
So I've got the good stuff. You've got the generic. We're going to take weighted, same amount of weight.
Why do I get the generic all the time?
Because I don't like a mess.
Oh.
We're going to dip it in our water.
Yeah.
And then see which one is the strong. Oh,
my goodness.
So still going strong. So you're going to use 6 of those to do the job one of these is going to do.
The value matters.
It matters.
All right. Now, brand names don't always win, because the one thing Good Housekeeping believes is you ought to be buying generic when it makes sense to buy generic, and especially for pantry staples. It's an area that comes up. Did I get it right?
You got it.
Jackie London, take it away.
Okay, so everything that we have here are going to be things that you're going to want to keep on hand and things that your family uses up a lot. So in the case of salt, let's take, for example, salt is what, Dr. Oz?
Sodium chloride, salt.
Sodium chloride, exactly.
It's an
So
element.
why would we need to buy some fancy salt for the purpose of seasoning food, right? There is some necessity for it, but not 100% of the time, right? So these things that you're going to use in bulk, also sugar, another great example of something that you may need for baking purposes, things like 100% whole grains. Those are other ones. All you want to look for is 100% whole grain as the first ingredient, right? And same thing goes for some of these pulses like the kidney beans, cannellini beans, lentils, all of that good stuff. I'm looking at no salt added, which is also on here, and reduced sodium products instead of looking for things like, is it a fancier brand name? Is it something that, you know, is marketed with some sexy packaging?
You know what I love
all
about
that
this?
good
If
stuff.
you actually know what to get, you can save a lot of money, get better value, and no one's gonna take advantage of you.
Exactly.
So I love this. I know what not to get. I can put Dr. Boz back in his place.
And look for the coupon to get the brand name, right?
Yes, why not? Thank you, Meaghan and Jackie. The latest issue of Good Housekeeping is on stands now. Get the best buyer's tips on my website today. Check out the cover. You might enjoy it. We'll be right back. Do you know where your hamburger meat really comes from? Or what to buy at the grocery store? We investigate ground beef.
That's coming up on Friday.
Today, the #1 sneaky thing draining your happiness that you don't even realize. I'm revealing how you can tackle it head on today. Best-selling author and spirit junkie Gabrielle Bernstein is here. And before I turn it over to her, we put up a survey on DrOz.com. 96% of people said they think they could be happier. That's just about everybody. And that concerns me a lot. And you see there's one sneaky thing that's just draining us, removing that happiness from our lives.
The sneaky thing that is removing that happiness and draining it from our lives is judgment. And judgment's a very pervasive issue these days. We're judging all day long on our social media feed, online at the bank, when we're judging our family members, our coworkers, we're judging what we see on the news. And this issue is really becoming an epidemic. And I believe that judgment is the root cause of a lot of the issues that we're seeing in the world today.
So I wanted to find an audience member who would honestly tell us how much she judges. So Ashley's joining us. She has a judgment journal in order to assess that. Thank you again for being honest.
Thank you so much.
And I was curious, I mean, they probably judge 4 or 5 times a day, things we shouldn't judge. When you made your judgment journal, and I think you're pretty typical, what did you find?
Actually, I judged myself 17 times and I judged others 9 times. Honestly, I never thought I was a judgmental person until I did this little activity.
Let me see what you're judging here.
Oh,
May I look
boy.
at these?
Yeah, absolutely.
Revealing her journal.
Yeah. Come on over here. I'm going to show everybody exactly why judgment drains your happiness. So let's just pretend all this water here is the happiness in our lives, right? And you want to feel full of happiness. 96% of us say that we're not. And Gabby says the minute you start judging, you actually, there's a faucet for this water, you actually turn it on completely. And the next thing you know, whether it's judging your family, which is pretty easy to do, your friends, right? You slowly start to drain that happiness. All of a sudden, women on the street are getting judged. You don't like the way they look. Someone on Facebook does something you don't like. You begin to drain away all that happiness, all that beautiful liquid gold, this stuff, all of a sudden starts disappearing out of your life. Until soon, you're living the life that 96% of you are admitting to me you're living, which is a life that's sometimes devoid of happiness, not as much as you desire. So how are you going to deal with this? Let me turn this off, because you've already drained to nothing, and let's figure out how to fill it back up again. So Gabby's created a judgment detox that can lead us to happiness. And these are important because they're the keys to this detox are to discover the underlying core issues that wound you. Those wounds underneath the Band-Aids of judgment are causing you problems. So how do you do this?
Well, the first step to really healing those wounds is to witness our judgment without judgment. Okay, so right now when we go through this, you're not going to judge yourself, right?
Okay.
Okay,
Try not to.
We're going to discover it together. So,
Okay.
when you discover these underlying wounds, so let's
We're going
go
to
through
ask
this.
ourselves these questions, and by looking at these questions, we start to look at the underlying wounds.
All right, first question. What or whom am I judging?
So what or whom are you judging?
Myself.
You're judging
most of the
yourself
time, I'm mostly
most of the time.
judging myself. Absolutely.
Okay.
How does this judgment make me feel?
How does it make you feel?
This judgment makes me feel like I'm a little bit insecure and I need to work on myself.
That was striking because in your journal, you're judging yourself twice as much as other people.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's typical, I guess, again.
Well, yeah, I think it's huge. I think that we judge ourselves the most.
Why do I feel justified in this judgment?
Why do I feel justified? Because I know that everyone judges themselves and everyone has to work on things in order to do what they want, you know?
So you're justifying your self-judgment by seeing it as a way of working on yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'm going to fix that for you today. That is not how we work on
Okay.
ourselves. I'm going to help you with that one today. Okay. All right, well, how do you feel right now? Are you feeling okay?
I feel good. I feel really good, yeah.
And you're not judging yourself for your judgment?
A little bit. I'm
Okay.
judging myself.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, the dangerous place, your mind.
We're going to heal that now. We'll work on that now.
All right, when we come back, we got a free class day with Gabby. How to stop judgment's sister, which is self-doubt. Stick around. And up next, make your dreams come true this year. It's the free class day you've been asking for with motivational leader Gabrielle Bernstein. So what's your dream?
You'll have to find out.
You'll want to hear it. Stick around. We're back with a special free class day with best-selling author and self-proclaimed spirit junkie, Gabrielle Bernstein. Today, she is sharing secrets to end self-doubt and really make your dreams happen this year. You see, a lot of times we attack ourselves, and so inadvertently, we actually explode our own dreams.
Absolutely. The biggest way that we block our dreams is through self-attack. And so the more that we think with self-attack, the more we believe with self-attack. And that belief system is what's blocking us.
All right, so we've got a class full of dreamers. All of us are dreamers, watching at home in the studio. So you guys actually wrote your dreams down. So go, if you don't mind, I know these are sometimes sensitive, but reveal your dreams. Go ahead, say them to me.
It's a successful relationship.
Yes.
I want to make a living as an artist.
Artist. Nice.
I want to love myself.
Yay, Ashley.
I want to get my low-carb cookie business, Carbo Chameleon, off the ground.
All right, there you
Carbo
go.
Chameleon.
I like it.
All right, everybody. Okay, so ladies, are you ready for your dreams? Yes. And everybody watching, I really want to help people get to a place where they can start to clear away the negative belief systems that are holding you back from really receiving what you want. Because ultimately, it's just a belief system. I want to quote my late mentor, Dr. Wayne Dyer. He said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Doesn't that feel, everyone's like, yes, okay.
You can put your posters down.
Yes.
So now you got some homework to do.
So you, actually, let me see your dream again. Let me see all your dreams. So you want a successful relationship. Okay, so everybody, you guys have a notebook. Everybody has a notebook. I want you to take out your notebooks because the first step to claiming your dream is to putting pen to paper, all right? So let's take some notes right now about what is already thriving in your life, and particularly in these areas of your dreams. So let's start with the relationship. What did you give me one of the things that's thriving in your life?
My career.
Your career, great, wonderful. Is there anything thriving in your friendships or your relationships and to your family members?
Yeah, they're all really positive. It's not like that's lacking. It's more of that I'm an old soul and I crave kind of like a deeper relationship of, because this generation's like likes and swipes and everything's like so instant gratification. Like, I want someone to love my soul.
I want someone to love my soul.
And I want that. Okay. I want more than just, I don't know, just filters. I want that real unconditional love.
Okay.
And
right on, claim it.
That's kind of what I'm looking for. And I think it goes beyond, we all get old and wrinkly.
Okay,
and,
so let's stop with the old and wrinkly. Let's not go there. Okay, let's stick with the positive momentum. So I'm an old soul and I have a really beautiful soul that someone's going to love. Let's stay connected to that, okay? So just watch yourself. Make sure you don't go down that negative road, okay? Because I want to keep you on the path of what you do want, all right?
Abby, what's the next step?
The next step, everybody, ladies. The next step I'm going to do with you guys. So the next step, you guys can write this down as well. But the next step is really, really simple, and it's really important. When we're in that place of self-attack, we're blocking our dreams. We got that. So the quickest way out of that place of self-attack, and this is really good for you with the self-judgment, is a beautiful line. If you're feeling helpless, help someone. So ladies, write down right now one thing that you can do today to help somebody else. So tell me one thing that you can do today that can help somebody.
I put feed the homeless.
Feed the homeless, girl.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you. Yeah.
I can spend time with my niece, helping her. She just graduated from college, so getting her aspirations to like hone in on her dreams.
Small, concrete steps, large steps, they all work. But I think it's one of the ironies of life is when you give, you grow.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Gabby, wonderful job. Thank you for all the wisdom. You can find all these tips plus more at free class days at DrOz.com. And Gabrielle's newest book is called Judgment Detox. It's fantastically done, as all her things are. It's available now. Check it out and make your dreams come true. Be right back. I'm here with Dr. Tim Shriver, Maria Shriver, and some of the amazing Special Olympic athletes. We are kicking off the 50th Special Olympics, which is happening this week in Chicago. You guys ready? Yeah! Stay tuned. Sometimes all it takes is one great idea at the right moment to change everything. 50 years ago, that's exactly what happened when the flame of hope was lit on the very first Special Olympics. I'm so thrilled to welcome the man who's helped keep this flame, this fire burning. He's part of one of the most prominent American families, and he's had a front row seat to history. Today, Dr. Tim Shriver is here to celebrate this remarkable occasion, the 50th anniversary of Special Olympics. It's big. But first, let's take a look at how it all started.
Congratulations to all of you because you are all champions.
Today, it's a global sports movement changing the world. But when it began 50 years ago during the tumultuous summer of 1968, Special Olympics was just a one-day event to champion ability. The vision of Eunice Kennedy Shriver.
Let me win. But if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
Her brother, Robert F. Kennedy, had been assassinated just 6 weeks earlier.
6 weeks earlier, 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 6 weeks earlier,
Born in a moment of grief and fear in America, Special Olympics became an emblem of hope that all things were possible.
Let us begin the Olympics. Thank you.
Eunice Kennedy Shriver believed people with intellectual disabilities could participate in sports. At the time, it was a revolutionary idea. But one day, she hoped, 1 million athletes might compete.
1, 2, 3,
Today, 5 million Special Olympic athletes train year-round from all 50 states and 170 countries. And the event draws crowds of 70,000 cheering fans.
I have committed all I've got. Why? Because I felt like I've been given all of this open heart power from these athletes.
Athletes like Brittany. She was born with autism and motor skill problems. Even today, her mom says, she struggles to properly tie her shoes.
She's had a lot of challenges that people don't even realize.
But she's unstoppable on the tennis court.
I like being a superstar.
"50 years of beating the odds success, of celebrating hope, and spreading the healing power of inclusion. That's Special Olympics.
Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
Listen, this is really a celebration. We have 25 Special Olympic athletes with us today. God bless them all for being here. And now, please welcome Dr. Timothy Shriver. I don't admit this publicly, but I actually love him. He's a good friend, and I love the passion that you put into it. We showed us a brief clip of it, but it has ebbed out of every pore of your life since the first time I met you probably 2 decades ago.
More, I'm sorry to say.
Probably more. But you look at these wonderful athletes. What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is how we all should celebrate ability, not disability. I think there's a fundamental message of this movement. Yeah. A lot of people think of the athletes of Special Olympics as needy or in some ways needing support. But I look at them and I see people who are heroes, actually people who offer healing. You know, you do this extraordinary job of inviting people to heal their bodies. These athletes are inviting us to heal our hearts, remind us that each of us is enough, remind us that there is no obstacle too big to overcome. Remind us that we all have a role on the team. I mean, these are the lessons that I think our country needs right now, and that these athletes can teach.
God bless you. All right, come on. Let's talk for a while. I promise I'll send them back. Just a minute. So I want to go back to the beginning of Special Olympics.
Yeah.
And 1968 was a very dark time in our nation. A lot of people talk about it today because folks sometimes feel that we're in a dark time. But in 68, just take everyone there, riots, your uncle's killed. You know, we just lost Martin Luther King. I mean, lots of bad stuff was happening. In the middle of all that darkness, your mother saw beauty. She saw brightness. She saw a beginning in the Special Olympics. What gave her that strength?
Well, I think she had such a deep faith, honestly. I think she saw something that the world didn't see, but which she knew from her soul was true, which is that everybody had a gift. I mean, she as a mother also started young. And I think that's a lesson for today. People are saying, what can I get my children to do? I think my mom would have said, if your children are 2 or 3 or 4 years old, it's time for them to get involved. Play together with kids with disabilities. Make your schools inclusive so that children with intellectual differences can participate together. Make them inclusive. You can join the movement today.
You know, much of this is about harvesting the power of youth. A lot of folks don't know this, but Tim's father started the Peace Corps. And of course, the beauty of the Peace Corps, and I remember hearing the story of how he would go down, this is in your uncle's administration, John JFK's administration, walk from door to door trying to convince congressmen to fund this crazy idea of taking energetic young people who just graduated from college and putting them off in other countries to teach them, to bond with them.
Right.
You've been helpful in the Health Corps, which is based on the exact same concept, right? Take young energetic kids, put them in schools around America to teach. Much of what we're witnessing today is going to come from the youth. When I see young people marching in Washington because they don't like something that's happening, I feel pride as an American. How has that touched you? Because so many of the Special Olympics
I mean, look, the truth is that today's Special Olympics movement is led by young people. It's led by young people who are saying, we're not going to tolerate schools that push people to the margins and allow the bullying and exclusion that is part of the past. And let's teach inclusive mindsets. Let's use our social and emotional skills to inspire the next generation to find the belonging and purpose that is uniquely theirs.
All right, so let's play a little bit right now. We're honored to have Special Olympics Chief Inspiration Officer. She's here, world-class athlete, Loretta. Come on up, Loretta. She's not missing anybody. She's getting them all.
Let's go, baby. How you doing?
We put the rug there on purpose to trick people.
I have good balance.
You do have good balance. That's why you're a Special Olympian. So you actually met Eunice Shriver, Timmy's mom.
Yes, I have.
What was that like? What made her such a special person?
She was tough. And even though our country was going through what it went through, you had said Martin Luther King, losing a brother. I don't know how she did it. Because she believed in a body of people that people didn't have faith in. Most people like me were in institutions, hidden in the lowest of classrooms, kept home. But yet she was determined that she was going to have these games. I myself, when I joined in 1970, thought it was going to be like everything in my life. Here today and gone tomorrow. Here we are 50 years later.
Oh my goodness.
Because the power of one person.
There was someone very special who wanted to be here, and she wasn't coming here for me, or turns out her brother. She came for you. And this is, the healing power of inclusion is dedicated in so many different ways, but this woman can do it really beautifully. Maria Shriver, come join us.
All right.
I've been trying to get you guys to talk to each other a bit more, so I thought I'd have you both on the show. Actually, you came to talk to Loretta.
Well, I came to congratulate Loretta and for becoming even bigger than Mommy probably ever imagined, because she expected a lot of Loretta, and Loretta has fulfilled her expectations. Timmy and I are still trying, but Loretta has achieved them.
There's a fine line between a vision and hallucination. And you have to be able to see the vision for it to be real. And when I see you, Loretta, and all these wonderful athletes and the thousands who participate in Special Olympics, you realize that it could have been a hallucination, but you made it real. So God bless you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we got lots more surprises for the Shrivers and all of you as well. Stick around.
The alarming similarities between two houses of horror were the warning signs staring us in the face.
That's coming up tomorrow. We're kicking off the 50th anniversary of Special Olympics with Dr. Tim Shriver and Maria Shriver. The whole family's going to be here in a second, but the celebration begins this week in Chicago, and we're surrounded with true champions. Just ask you a little biopsy. So, what did you medal and what's your name?
My name is Daniel Davila, and I'm medaling unified floor hockey.
I love floor hockey. With the shots like that?
Yeah.
Contact
I
sport,
would have beaten you in that. That would have been fun.
Well, we can play. That's the next show.
The next show.
I'm going to ask Alyssa. Here, this is Alyssa. What did you win that medal in?
I won in the uneven bars.
The balance beam. That is great. And Bobby over here went to Capitol Hill to advocate for Special Olympics.
And I was at the 2010 National Games in Nebraska and the 2014 USA Games, which I was also a board member for. And this is for the 5,000 meter.
Whoa! Well, in honor of the 50th anniversary of Special Olympics, a couple of friends got together and they wanted to send some messages. Take a look.
Happy 50th birthday, Special Olympics.
I've been so proud to serve on the board, meet so many amazing athletes,
and have it change my life and so many more.
We are so inspired by the games, and they really serve as such a great reminder of how extraordinary goals can be reached with courage and determination.
We will be rooting for the athletes this summer, and we want to wish all of you the best of luck.
All you athletes with your beautiful, brave spirits and your infectious, gorgeous light and energy.
With every stroke, pedal, and step, the athletes of the Special Olympics inspire us with their sweat and their determination.
Making these kids feel valuable, feel heard, feel more than capable, feel majestic and fierce.
They're truly an example for peace, inclusion, and respect.
Thank you guys so much for everything that you do.
We all want to be included, we all want to be a part, and we all want to be respected. So happy birthday, happy anniversary.
I wanted to wish Special Olympics a happy 50th birthday.
And here's to another 50 years. Happy birthday.
So, when you see folks coming from every which way are saying the same thing, which is that Special Olympics has impacted not just the athletes, but all of us. How does it make you feel?
It makes me so proud of Mummy, makes me so proud of Timmy, and the work of all these athletes who every day get up and try harder and do better and make us all proud. And I think obviously it would be nothing without them. And it also just makes me feel so great about the volunteer spirit of so many people. Mummy always said this movement was built on volunteers, and as we all know, that's good for your health.
Teach us, doctor, if we want to be part of this inclusion revolution, to benefit our health and to help a lot of folks around us, how do we do it?
I think the first thing is get involved, join. Inclusion is the revolution the country needs right now. We want to make inclusive leadership a platform for people to recognize that these athletes aren't just people who need to learn, they're people who can lead and they can work. They want jobs when they graduate from high school and from college, and we want to focus on the connection between all that and justice in healthcare. Mehmet, this is something something at the core of who you are. Too many people with intellectual disabilities don't get good healthcare today. We want to end that.
We all pay the price ultimately. Give people what they need and what they deserve. So I think it's the best prescription for healing I've heard in a long time. I'm going to post a link to the pledge on my Facebook page. Everyone can take it at home, and please share it with the people in your life. Now, Tim's wife, Linda, who I love much more than him, his daughter, Caroline, brother Bobby, is right, and she'd defend me, and Loretta are all here with this beautiful cake from the cake boss himself. I don't usually give out cake, but this is special. Oh, my goodness. Come on in. You guys, you had that cake. Come on up here. I'm not going to eat by myself. Bobby, can I say, listen, you're very modest about this, but to run an organization of this magnitude, you got to raise a ton of money. And you were very innovative, very creative in how you have raised hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, just share us a couple of the tips.
We made a bunch of Christmas records. So a bunch of terrific artists like Run DMC, U2, Tom Petty recorded Christmas songs. Who here knows Run DMC's Christmas in Hollis?
Oh, Shriver, Hollis.
It's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. Mom's cooking chicken and collard greens.
They know.
That song earned a tremendous amount of money for Special Olympics because those great artists gave us that music.
All right, a couple homework assignments. Buy the albums.
Buy the albums.
donate money to them. Follow Special Olympics on social media. Take the pledge. We put it out there. And you want to tell us, actually, you know what? Let's just celebrate for a second. Because I want to find out, the game is taking place this weekend.
That's right.
Where do we watch them?
Chicago, on ABC and ESPN will be featuring not just what just happened in Seattle a few weeks ago, the USA National Games, but what we will do in Chicago to celebrate the 50th anniversary and light an eternal flame of hope.
Let's kick it off, Caroline. You into this? Loretta, you ready to kick with me? All right, on a count of 3.
What's going to happen?
We're going to celebrate the beginning of the anniversary, right? The count of 3. Everyone, shout. We're all together, right? When we say 3, everyone's going to say Happy Anniversary Special Olympics. Okay? All right. Are you ready?
Ready?
1, 2, 3. Happy Anniversary Special Olympics! There we have it. Spread the wisdom. Woo-hoo-hoo. Nice job. We'll be right back. Do you know where your hamburger meat really comes from? Or what to buy at the grocery store? We investigate ground beef. That's coming up on Friday. guys are obsessed with the latest food trends. You all been there, right? I got the rainbow bagels. Who's had those? Right? Unicorn milkshakes. You know, don't act like I don't know what you're doing this. I know it. I do it. I see it in my own family. It is no secret that our country has revved up its production of new and enticing trendy foods. But guess what? Your desire to taste every single one of them may actually be wreaking havoc on your health. It is much more common than you think. Is this you?
Our friend Greg here has been on a trendy food binge for the last 6 months, scarfing down everything from rainbow bagels and donut burgers to unicorn milkshakes. All for the gram, of course. See, getting likes is fun, but now Greg is busy burping up fairy dust. See, he's been avoiding any real nutrients for far too long, and his health is suffering. But in combination with a balanced diet, there's a simple way that Greg here can get back in tip-top shape.
I know what I gotta do. I gotta eat the healthiest foods, work out as long as I can, and I gotta start right now.
Every single time.
I gotta find the freshest dragon fruit. Mexico, here I come. Hey, I'm back.
You didn't need to go all the way to Mexico, and you didn't even bring me back a souvenir.
Okay, I gotta watch this 2-hour health documentary, a 3-hour speech, and then a 1-hour lecture, and then I'll be good.
Whatever, dude.
This smoothie has every type of fruit and vegetable known to man in it. Tons of antioxidants.
Greg, how long have you been running?
2 weeks.
I think we're good.
Okay, I'm finally healthy, and it only took me...
It's been 2 years, Greg.
I think I missed my sister's wedding.
Gregory, getting the vitamins and antioxidants that keep you healthy doesn't and shouldn't take this long. All you need to do is eat healthier, non-rainbow food day to day, plus set aside 30 seconds twice a day, every day for Cell Essentials. Just a reminder, supplements are intended to supplement your diet. Remember, they can't replace eating healthy and balanced meals.
I like that beard. Do you like him with the beard?
It was very hard to keep up with it. It got messy, so I decided it was time to go. Got to take it away. It was getting too much.
In all the trials and tribulations you went through, what did you learn about multivitamins and how they can help you stay healthy?
Well, one thing I learned was that it really does lay a nutritional foundation for optimal health. So you're going to get the maximum impact from all those healthy choices you're trying to make. The exercising, the eating right, it's going to give you the maximum impact from those things. Plus, you're going to get those essential vitamins that some of us may not be getting. You know, we try to make the right choices. Sometimes we slip up. This makes sure you're covered.
Well, thanks to my trusted sponsorship partner, USANA Health Sciences. By the way, they helped put on that whole brilliant video that Dean got to star in, teach you all about the benefits of multivitamins. They even bought the beard for him. But USANA products consistently receive a 5-star rating for their quality and their purity. For more information on USANA Cell Essentials, go to DrOz.com. And remember, everybody, healthy and happy, it starts at home. Nicely done.
Thank you very much.